What's up, you guys? It is Ashlinsky, and how do I describe today's video? Today's video, we're going to do the 16 personalities test. For a while, like 2 weeks ago, that was all that was in my subscription feed. It was like most of the people I watch were taking like quizzes, like serious quizzes, silly quizzes, personality quizzes. I've always wanted to know my, I don't know what it's called. The thing where it's like 4 letters, like ENJ, whatever, ENJP or ENJT, like those. I've always wanted to know where I fall on that because, sometimes you can like read more into it and it's all really interesting to me. I took, a psychology course in high school and, yeah, I heard about this one. And I was like, well, what the hell? Let's do it. It says it takes less than 12 minutes. So why not do it? This one is like, I think it's more of like an official thing. Like it doesn't have, I'm not seeing anything on the page that says like official. So let's just get started. First question. It looks like they're all like agree and disagree. So I hate quizzes that have to make you like put a thing on a spectrum. Just give me a yes or no question. God damn it. You find it difficult to introduce yourself to other people. Personally, I don't find it that difficult, but sometimes I'm just like, oh, okay. So I'm gonna go with that one. Because sometimes it's hard and other times it's not. It depends on what kind of day I'm having and what kind of mood I'm in, honestly. Oh, let's scroll down a little bit. There we go. You often get so lost in thoughts that you ignore or forget your surroundings. Yes. I can space out, and my husband has told me that time and time again. You cannot. Oh my god, this is me. I can't stand a messy inbox. You find it easy to stay relaxed and focused even when there is some pressure. Yeah, I'd say for the most part. I used to work in a restaurant, and I was usually pretty good up until, like, I was swarmed with things. You do not usually initiate conversations. I mean, I don't like to, because sometimes I feel like it's weird. Like, my mom always initiates, like, when I used to go shopping all the time with my mom, she'd initiate conversation with just people in line at stores. I'm like, Mom, not everybody wants to have a conversation. So I'm gonna say that one. You rarely do something just out of sheer curiosity. I'm gonna disagree. Because half the time when I do shit, it's because I'm like, oh, I wonder. Okay. You feel superior to other people. Absolutely not. I don't. I'm way, way, way not superior. Being organized is more important to you than being adaptable. I think I'd much rather be adaptable. I mean, if you guys saw what the other side of this office looked like, you would know that. So I'm gonna go with that one. You're usually highly motivated and energetic. I want to go neutral, but it said try not to leave any neutral answers. I mean, usually I'm energetic, yeah. Winning a debate matters to you less than... Oh my gosh. Winning a debate matters less to you than making sure no one gets upset. I mean, I don't care about debates. I've never cared about debates. I'm gonna go, yeah. You often feel as if you have to justify yourself to other people. No, I mean, I'm at the point in my life where I don't care. I do what I want. I go about my day. I really don't care what other people think anymore. Your home and work environment is quite tidy. No, they're not, unfortunately. I have a bad habit of that. Center of attention? I mean, I don't mind. I kind of like being in the attention eye. More practical than creative? No. My husband's the practical one. I'm the creative one. People can rarely upset you. Yeah, I'd say about. Your travel plans are usually well thought out. Yes! Oh my god, I am planning so much right now for my trips. And I don't even need to plan that much for one of them. It is often difficult for you to relate to other people's feelings. No, absolutely not. I mean, sometimes there's things where I'm just like, oh, I don't know. But a lot of times I can understand. Your mood can change very quickly. Yes! I go 0 to 60 real quick. In a discussion, truth should be more important than people's sensitivities. Yes, it should. I honestly believe that. You rarely worry about how your actions affect other people. I want to say I disagree. Because when I was younger, I used to get sick all the time from worrying about people and about how my actions would affect them and just shit like that in general. And I don't do it anymore. I only worry about how it's gonna affect, me or my husband. I'm gonna say yes. Your work style is closer to random spikes of energy. Yeah. Yeah, that's me. That's me recording a video at last minute because I don't know what to do. But then I'm like, oh, I got it. Envious of others? No. I'm pretty happy. Sometimes I get a little tiny jelly. I'm like, oh, you guys are getting snow? I want some snow. But interesting book or video game is often better than a social event. That's me. Yes, it is. Being able to develop a plan and stick to it is the most important part of every project. No, I don't think so. I think creativity and going off book can be an important part. You rarely get carried away by fantasies and ideas. I'll say I kind of agree because it's very rare. You'll often find yourself lost in thought when you are walking in nature. First off, I don't walk in nature. But I guess when I do kind of go out, I do think a lot. Because I'm always thinking for new ideas and like writing and stuff like that. So I guess I'll go with that one. Someone does not respond to your email quickly, you start worrying if you said something wrong. Oh my god, yes. I hate having to send out businessy email stuff. Like, as a parent, you'd rather see your child grow up kind and smart. Yes, definitely agree. You do not let other people influence your actions. I mean, I let my husband sometimes. Like, I let him influence, like, if I play video games all day or not. So I'm gonna go, yeah. Dreams tend to focus on the real world in a sense. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. It does not take you much time to start getting involved in social activities at your new workplace. I disagree. When I used to work at a elderly living community, I'll say, because it wasn't really like an old folks home, but it was for people who were still kind of independent but could get other care if they start diminishing slightly. And we always used to joke around, like, towards when I was leaving. They're like, oh my god, I remember when you started here, you were so quiet. We thought you were, like, scared of everyone. And I'm like, yeah, I freaking was. That was my first introduction back into social, like, huge social gatherings and events and shit like that. Because I was cyber schooled for the last 2-3 years of high school. So I didn't go out of the house. I was practically a hermit. So, yes, it does take time. You're more of a natural improviser than a careful planner. I'm kind of in between. I can improvise, but I can also plan, and I don't plan carefully, so I'm gonna go with that one. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Absolutely not. I hate crying. I refuse to cry. If my body starts doing it, I'm like, no, we good. We're not going to do it. You enjoy going to social events that involve dress-up or role-play activities. Do conventions count? Because I'm going to say yeah. I love dressing up to go to conventions. It's my favorite. You often spend time exploring unrealistic and impractical yet intriguing ideas. Yeah, I do that. I let my mind wander. I'm like, oh, what if we could do this? You would rather improvise than spend time coming up with a detailed plan. No. I mean, I'm in between on that one, but I'm going to say no. I think I would rather have a plan, like a basic plan. You're a relatively reserved and quiet person. Not at all. I'm sorry, I'm loud. If you had a business, you would find it very difficult to fire loyal but underperforming employees. I mean, business is business. I'm going to disagree. Business is business. If someone has to be fired, then they have to be. You often contemplate the reason for human existence. No, not at all. I'm not worried about that. Logic is usually more important than heart when it comes to making important decisions. I mean, yes and no. I'm in the middle on this one. I want to say logic is usually more important than heart when it comes to making important decisions. I honestly usually follow logic. Like for example, my trip planning. I'm following logic instead of, yeah, so I'm going to go with yay. Keeping your options open is more important than having a to-do list. Absolutely not for me. Because I'll sit and just watch 4 hours of The Office if I do that. If your friend is sad about something, you are more likely to offer emotional support than suggest ways to deal with the problem. No, I would really suggest ways to deal with the problem. I'm not good at emotional support, which I feel so bad. Anytime someone's upset and they come to me and they're like, they want to talk about it, I'm like, okay, you can talk about it. And then I just kind of sit there quietly because I'm really bad at it. Like I'll pat you on the shoulder. I don't know what you want me to. What me to do? You rarely feel insecure. I mean, if I'm talking about lately, if I'm talking about my whole life, disagree. If I'm talking about my whole life, if I'm talking about recently, how I am as a person now, I really don't. I'm just kind of going with the flow. You have no difficulties coming up with a personal timetable and sticking to it. I mean, I have difficulty sticking to it. That's the problem, usually. Being right is more important than being cooperative when it comes to teamwork. Absolutely not. It's all about cooperating. Screw being right. You think that everyone's views should be respected regardless of whether they are supported by facts or not. Yeah, everybody's opinion matters. You feel more energetic after spending time with a group of people. It depends on what group of people. If I'm back home and I'm hanging out with people, then yes, I'm going to be hyped as hell the rest of the day. If I'm here and I'm hanging out with friends that my husband and I have mutually, like other couples and stuff, I'm usually very tired afterwards. So I'm gonna go with the more of the disagree because I haven't really hung out with anybody back home yet. So you frequently misplace your things. Not so much. Once in a while I do, but not so much. You see yourself as emotionally stable. I do. I see myself as emotionally stable. Your mind is always buzzing with unexplored ideas and plans. Absolutely. You would not call yourself a dreamer. I disagree on that one. I would call myself a dreamer. You usually find it difficult to relax when talking in front of many people. I want to say yes, but I want to say no. I'm in the middle on this one again. I'm going to give it a tiny disagree. Just a tiny bit. Generally speaking, you rely more on your experience than your imagination. Absolutely not. My experiences are pretty low, and I usually rely on just whatever's in my head. So, you worry too much about what other people think. This was me 8 years ago. 8 years ago, I would have said, hell yes, I worry about everyone, everything going on around me. If I can worry about it, I will worry about it, but I don't do it anymore. I really don't worry anymore about what other people think. If the room is full, you stay closer to walls, avoiding the center. That's a weird question. But I'm thinking now, and I kind of do that when I go to parties, so... You have a tendency to procrastinate until there's not enough time to do everything. Well, I'm going to give it yes, because I procrastinate heavily. You feel anxious in stressful situations. I'm going to go, if this is the middle of the road. I used to have anxiety very bad. I've thankfully learned to deal with it. So I really don't anymore. I get like a tiny bit of anxiety, but not as bad as I used to. I used to have full-blown panic attacks over shit. You believe that it is more rewarding to be liked by others than to be powerful. Yes. You have been interested in unconventional and ambiguous things. Example, in books, arts, movies. Yes. That was my whole life right there. You often take initiative in social situations. I don't. I'm not much of an initiative taker. Actually, I'm gonna put this one. I don't. I'm a hang back, go with the flow. Your personality type is mediator. INFP-A. Your mind, this trait determines how we interact with our environment. I'm introverted mostly. Energy, the trait showing where we direct our mental energy, mostly intuitive. Nature, this trait determines how we make decisions and cope with our emotions. I go with feelings. Wow. Tactics, this trait reflects our approach to work, planning, and decision making. I'm a prospector, which was pretty fucking accurate. Identity, this trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. I'm assertive. That's pretty good. No one can stop you from dreaming. Let's start reading. Oh my gosh, there's like a whole thing. Confident individualism. That's about right. Oh wow, you can read all about it. We know what we are, but know not what we may be. Is that a hobbit? I'm a hobbit. You tell me I'm a hobbit? That's cool. I'm a hobbit. Listen to many people but talk to few. That's the most accurate thing I've seen. Mediators you may know: William Shakespeare, J.R.R. Tolkien, Bjork, Johnny Depp, Julia Roberts, Lisa Kudrow, Tom Hiddleston, Alicia Keys, Frodo Baggins, Anna Green Gables, Fox Mulder. I like that. So, I finally know my personality thing. I don't know the exact word for it anymore. I'm probably going to read more of this. This is really interesting. I always liked things like this growing up. But yeah, now I know I am an INFP-A personality type. I'm a mediator. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? If you enjoyed this, I will put the link down below. It's very simple. It's like 16personalities.com. I'll put the link below if you would like to do this for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by giving me a thumbs up or dropping a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe because I make new content every single day and you don't want to miss it. I'll see you in the next one.